Just reading that message, I could just feel my whole body going red. I was so embarrassed to be getting this feedback and kind of angry too. I just wanted her to mind her business. A friend told me I was underpricing my services, and that changed everything. I always wanted to become a lawyer ever since I was a kid because I knew lawyers make good money. And so I went to law school, became a lawyer, and decided to start my own law firm. My very first client was a childhood friend. She was a hairstylist. She was buying an established salon. I'm embarrassed to tell y'all. I charged her for, this is probably like at least $10,000 worth of work, and I charged her $500. And there was another attorney who was representing the seller of the salon. And it was clear to me that he was obviously being paid so much more than I was. After that experience, I figured out that I needed to charge more, and I did raise my prices, but not enough. A few years later, as I was growing my practice, I decided to work on my website. And so I added all of my services onto my website, and I added the prices for each of these services. A friend of mine saw my website and saw the prices that I was charging. And she sent me a message and said, "What are you doing? You need to charge a whole lot more." She said I needed to double my prices. I was very irritated. I thought immediately, mind your business, okay? So I wrote back to her and I said, "Thanks for the feedback. However, these prices are fine and I'm comfortable with what I'm being paid." And she pushed back. She was like, "No, girl, you are way underpricing, you are undervaluing yourself, and you need to raise your prices." Being called out is never fun, right? But when I thought about it and really looked around, I realized I was working really, really hard for very little money, and it wasn't sustainable. I decided I was gonna give it a small test. And I decided that the next person that called, I was going to double my prices like Larry suggested. Sure enough, a potential client called me. And I explained to them all of my services and how we would work together. And then it came to the point in the call where it was time to tell him the price. And I decided to tell him my new doubled price. And so I said, $1,500. And I just held myself together and tried not to say anything else because I was afraid that I was just gonna spit out a discount, you know? And he says, "Okay, I'll take 2. Can you believe it? And I'm pretty sure what I did next was call my husband and tell him I just made $3,000, which is the most money I had made in one single day ever in my life.
Rachel Rodgers was an attorney, and she decided to become an entrepreneur using her law experience to build her business. Now she is a multi-millionaire.
Nothing would have changed if I had not claimed my value. Asking for more is going to be scary. It's going to make you squeamish. It's going to make you uncomfortable. That's normal. If you are comfortable, you are not allowing yourself to grow. So I want to challenge you to step into that discomfort and do it anyway. Challenge yourself to just quote a doubled price than what you usually would do. Be courageous, be willing to be uncomfortable, be willing to be rejected. In fact, I encourage you to collect rejection. See how many people you can get to say no to your price. And along the way, you are gonna find people saying yes. And you're gonna realize, oh my God, I could have been earning so much more money all this time, but I was undervaluing myself. And once you start charging more, and once you start really recognizing your value, make sure you share it with others because that information is important. We have to share it. We have to know what's happening in the marketplace, and we can't know if we all keep it a secret. We have to upgrade ourselves. We have to give ourselves a raise. And when we see ourselves in that way, other people will see us in that way as well.